Hello, it's Laura Firth and welcome to our Beginners Pilates class today. So we're going to start sitting, feet hip width apart and hands to the back of the thighs. Inhaling to sit tall, using your belly button to lengthen the spine, then exhale chin to chest as you roll down to your mat. Feet hip width apart again, knees bent, and then palms up towards the ceiling, lengthen the back of your neck. And we're just going to take a few relaxed breaths. So inhaling through the nose and exhale through your mouth, and we're going to begin to imprint our spine. So as you exhale, think about your spine lengthening along the mat, so tailbone reaching down towards the end of your mat and the crown of the head reaching long. So inhaling through the nose, and as you exhale, just feel all the muscles around the spine relax into the mat and the spine get longer. And just let each vertebrae just relax down. Just a couple more breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Now take your hands, palm of the hands to the lower ribs. And we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, trying to isolate the lower ribs. So as we inhale, we're going to press the ribs out and back. And then as we exhale, just try and exhale every single oxygen atom out of our lungs. So really expand as you inhale, and then feel the ribs drop as you exhale. Inhaling through the nose, still lengthening through the spine, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, and relax the elbows down into the floor. And take the first finger and the thumbs together to create the diamond, and then place that on the space between your hips. Inhale through the nose, and then as you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, pulling the lower abdominals from your fingertips to the center of your diamond, all the way to where your thumbs are. So pulling the belly button in and scooping it up. I'm going to hold that and just take 3 more breaths. So inhaling through the nose to expand the ribs, and exhale to let them fall, keeping your lower abdominals, your iso abdominals engaged. So working on our coordination here, and this is what we want during all our exercises, to be able to engage the abdominals while still efficiently breathing. Release that and take your hands either side of you. Inhale and then exhale chin to chest for chin nods. Inhale to come back to centre, and then exhale chin to chest. Now imagine you've got an axle through the ears, so we're rotating around that axle as you tilt. Inhaling to release back to centre, and then exhale chin to chest. Couple more. Inhale to centre. Exhale chin to chest. Really lengthen the back of the neck and lengthen through the whole spine. Last one. Exhale to chest. Inhale to release. Now inhale again, and then as you exhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone under, lifting the pubic bone up and lightly pressing the lower back down, and then inhale to lift the lower back and then lowering down your pubic bone. Exhale, lift the pubic bone, and inhale now to lift the belly button. So we're imagining this is the clock. So we're imagining we've got 12 o'clock where the belly button is, and then 6 o'clock where the pubic bone is. So we're lifting and lowering these points by rotating the pelvis, mobilising the lower back. Now coming on to arm floats. We're inhaling as the lower arms lower, and we're exhaling as the arms float above the head. Now we want to think about pulling in the rib cage here. So the lower ribs feel like they're knitted together. So pull the abdominals in to support the spine. And the ribs that are pressing into the mat, imagine that they're in concrete, so they can't move at all. So we want to pull everything in as the arms reach. And if the arms don't go all the way to the floor, no worries. Just take them to where you can sufficiently hold your abdominals and your ribs in. Exhaling to reach, inhaling to lower. Now taking the block, if you've got one, just underneath your head, coming into the 100 now. So this is your first option. Palms off the floor, fingertips reach, shoulders lightly pressed down. And if you like, you can curl the head and shoulders up and begin to pump the arms. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 4, 5. Now feel that the lower ribs are pulling in towards the waist. Flatten the abdominals, and if you want to go a little bit further, you can lift the feet off the floor, knees over hips, ankles in line with knees. Keep the fingertips reaching, bring your eye gaze to your belly button. Help you to remember to flatten that down towards the mat. And we're doing 8 breaths for the full exercise, and then once you've finished, hug the knees into the chest. Big inhale and exhale here, and then roll up to sitting. Take the hands to the back of the thighs, inhale to lengthen, exhale chin to chest as you roll down so the arms come to about straight. Inhale again to lengthen, elbows wide, exhale belly button pulls into the spine, chin to chest. Inhale to lengthen again, fill the spine with breath, exhale eye gaze on the belly button. So we want to imagine we've got a piece of string attached to the belly button and it cuts out through our spine. So as you curl the spine and roll back, imagine that string is being pulled. So the belly button's really zipping to the spine. And then we're going to take a roll down to the mat again. Releasing the block from underneath the head if you've got one, or a pillow or anything you like. And we're going to extend your right leg up towards the ceiling, or you can have your knee bent. Hands to either side of you, arms should I say. And then we're going to begin to circle our right leg either direction. We're just doing 5 circles. You can take your hands to your lower abdominals if you like. And we're going to stabilise the hips. After you've done 5 in this direction, we're going to change directions. So we don't want the hips to rock off to either side. So belly button in, pulling up, really to stabilise. And if you do find that you're wobbling, just reduce the movement of your circle. And changing over to the left side. And again, extending the leg long or bending at the knee. And inhale for one circle. Exhale for the next circle. So we want to keep the breath flowing as well as the movement. I always say try and use your breath as your music as you flow through your movement. And again, 5 in one direction and then changing directions once you've done 5. Pulling the belly button in to stabilise the hips and to stabilise the spine. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and the elbows down towards the floor. And keep circling. And last one. Release that leg down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Chin to chest and then roll up. Belly button in. And we're going to come into rolling like a ball now. So hands to shins if you can. If not, take them to the back of the thighs. And then just have a go at lifting the feet. Scoop the abdominals in. And just check that your block's not there like me. And then elbows wide. And we're going to inhale to rock back. Exhale to sit up. Inhale, release the abdominals to roll back and exhale up. As we roll back, we only want to roll to the tips of the shoulder blades. Never come onto the neck. So inhale to roll back. Exhale, pull the belly button in to stabilise as you lift. Don't worry if the feet come back down towards the floor. Try to balance. If you have lower back problems, just have a go at lifting the feet rather than the rocking. And then when you're ready, rolling back down. Taking your block underneath your head again. And let's come into the single leg stretch. So knees into chest and hands on your shins. And then extend your left leg out. You can keep the knee slightly bent if you like. Right hand to right ankle, left hand to inner right knee. Curling up if you like. And then we're going to switch legs. Inhale and then exhale as we switch. Inhale to switch. Exhale to switch. Now the long leg, if you've got it totally straight, pull up on the kneecap. Really extend through the leg. So we want to zip the leg up. We want to build some long lean muscles. Belly button in, really round the back if your head and shoulders are lifted. If not, you can keep the head and shoulders down. Now bend both knees for double leg stretch. We're going to inhale to extend both arms and legs. Exhale to circle the arms and bring the legs back in. Inhale to stretch arms and legs. Exhale to circle and bring them in. Again, you can keep the head and shoulders down, and if you just want to do the legs, that's perfectly fine. As the legs extend, heels together, toes apart, and again, zip up on the legs. Feel as though someone has stepped on your abdominals, and we want to flatten them right down towards the floor. Ribs pulling in towards the waist, and keep your eye gaze again on your belly button. Slowly lowering back down towards the floor. Inhale through the nose to hold the knees to chest, and then exhale as we roll up using the abdominals. Now stretching the legs out, feet around hip width apart, and if you need a block just to help to lengthen the spine, or if you've got tight hips, use your block to sit on. Soften the knees so slightly bent. I'm going to sit on the floor today, but stay on your block if you need to. Now either arms in front, shoulder height, or if you've got shoulder problems, hands resting on the floor between the legs. Now inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, chin to chest, round the back. Reach the fingertips slightly forward, but try not to round the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen again, and then exhale, chin to chest. Belly button pulls back, and that's what creates the C shape in the spine. 3 more. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to curl. Keep the feet flexed just to keep the legs engaged. Don't forget about pulling the pelvic floor in, and really use the breath. Fill the spine with breath as you inhale, and then exhale deeply into your core. And then release. Take your feet wider this time, just wider than your mat. And either arms to a T, in line with the shoulders, or hands across the chest if you've got shoulder problems. Again, sit on the block if you like for saw. Inhale to twist, and then exhale, reach your left arm forwards. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist into the left, reach your right arm forwards and look back towards your left hand. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist and reach, and use 3 breaths just to try and reach a little bit further. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. As we twist, try and keep length through the spine, so reach forward through the chest as you curl and as you reach and stretch. So if that means your twist and your bend is much smaller, that's much better than trying to go further with a really curled spine. Feet together again, and then roll down to your mat, laying on your back. Now we're going to come onto the side, so set up and line yourself up with the back of your mat, so you're in a nice straight line, and you can either use a block or something you've got below to rest your ear on with your underneath arm extended forward. Now make sure that your shoulders are on top of each other if you do this option, and we want our hips, ears and ankles on top of each other. The second option just to have your right hand on your right ear, or your underneath hand on your ear. Now once you've got your straight line, take your feet forwards to a 45-degree angle, and if you would like a little bit more support, bend your underneath leg. Raise your top leg so it's in line with your hip, belly button in strongly. Inhale, reach the leg forwards, exhale to bring it back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Now your top arm, the palm is just resting on the floor, wrist underneath your elbow. 2 more. Inhale forwards, exhale back. And as we're laying on the side, think about your waist lifting away from the floor so we could post a letter under there. Squeezing the butt as you reach back. Now legs together, heels together, toes apart. Inhale to lift the leg, exhale to lower and flex. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Again, we want to lengthen through the lifting leg and also the bottom leg. We're keeping lengthening through the spine as we breathe, and the belly button is helping to stabilise the hips, so we're trying not to rock forwards and backwards here. Now working the underneath leg now, you can either bend the top leg, placing the foot on the floor, or bending the top knee and resting the knee on the floor. Now inhale to lift the lower leg, exhale to lower it down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Now check into the shoulders. Have you created any tension here? If you have, as you exhale, just try and release that tension and just create length down the sides of the neck. We're doing 5 lifts again. So I think we're on the last one. Now we're going to begin to circle our underneath leg forwards for 5. Inhaling and exhaling as we move through. And then 5 in the opposite direction. Keep the eye gaze forward so we help the spine to stay in line. Breathe nice and deep. Bring the knees in, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So again, setting up along the back edge of your mat again, either using your block or just resting on your hand, whichever's most comfortable for you. Taking the feet 45 degrees forwards, and again, bend your underneath leg if you'd like. Lifting your top leg underneath the hip, inhale to bring it forwards, exhale to flex and float it back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Squeeze the butt or lightly press the butt forward so we create a bit of resistance against the leg so our hips don't rock backwards. Always try and feel like you're leading with the inner thigh. That always helps to keep the hips in line also. Again, think about the waist lifting away from the floor, heels together, toes apart. Inhale, lifting the leg up, exhale, flex and bringing it down. Inhale to lift, pulling long through the leg. Keep lengthening through your spine as you lift the leg. 2 more. And last one. And working the bottom leg now. So either top leg, knee bent foot on the floor, or knee resting on the floor. Inhale to lift the lower leg and exhale to lower. Still creating leg length as we lift, especially through the spine and the neck. Reaching through the crown of the head, and again keep the eye gaze forwards. Just check in that your top shoulder is rolling backwards. And then circling forwards with our underneath leg. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 5 of these. And then reversing. Inhale and exhale through the mouth as we exhale. And lower it down. Now we're going to come onto our front, and if you've got a block or a pillow to use underneath your forehead, then just grab that. No worries if not. We'll goalposts first, so elbows in line with shoulders, wrists over your elbows. Now belly button in and pulling away from the floor. Imagine you've got a drawing pin under there. Light squeeze on the butt, and then inhale as you would prepare. Exhale to lift the forearms and palms away, but the elbows stay glued down towards the mat. The upper chest may peel away and the forehead may come away from your block, which is absolutely fine, but keep the chin tucked towards the chest, keeping length through the back of our necks and through the crown of the head. And again, we're doing 5 of these, so we're rotating around the shoulders. Coming into flight, so extend both arms back, palms in towards the thighs. Inhale to prepare, exhale, roll the shoulders back. Inhale to lower. Exhale, roll the shoulders back as if you're squeezing a walnut between your shoulder blades. So they want to pull in towards each other and slide down the back at the same time. As we lift, keep the chin in towards the chest. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep all 10 toes pressing into the mat just lightly. And even as you lift, think about the belly button lifting away. And release. Take your left hand underneath your head and then bend your right knee and reach back for your right foot. Don't worry if you can't reach, you can pull onto your trousers, or if you've got a towel or a strap you can use to help you, use that just to stretch out the front of the legs. Now press lightly the hips into the floor just to feel the stretch down the front of the thigh. And deep breaths as we stretch. Slowly switching sides, reaching back for the left foot this time. And ground down through the hips. And just feel the stretch down the front of the thigh. And slowly release. Slide both hands back towards the ribs and then just lightly peel the chest up. Keep lengthening through the back of the neck. You can stay at low cobra or come to a high cobra as long as that's okay on your back. And then release, taking the hips back. Knees slightly wider this time, toes together, into child's pose. Reaching the arms forwards and just relax the forearms, your forehead and hips nice and heavy into the mat. Just release everything as you breathe and stretch. Thread your right arm under your left arm and then take your right shoulder and right ear down towards the mat. Nice spine twist. And just try and relax everything into the floor as you exhale, just trying to feel the deeper stretch. Never matters how far we go into a stretch, as long as you can feel the stretch itself. And then switching to the other side, left arm under right arm this time. And relaxing fingertips, relax the shoulders, your jaw and your face. Just let everything relax. Slowly come out and then curl up through the spine. Step your right foot forwards, right knee over right ankle, and then either hands to floor, hands to thigh, or use your block if you've got one, just to support you. And then pull your right hip back, send your left hip forwards. Tuck your tailbone just to lengthen the lower back, and keep the chest lifting. Deep breaths as you stretch out the front thigh and more into the hip flexor this time. Slowly release, switching sides, left leg forwards, knee over ankle. And then just check that your back ankle is in line with your knee. And again, hands to floor, hands to leg, or use your block. Sending your right hip forwards this time, pulling the left hip back to square your hips. Always inhaling to lengthen and exhale. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Slowly switch, come down. Now onto your back. Let's stretch out the hamstrings. So keep the left knee bent, foot on the floor, and extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Hands to the back of the thigh or to the back of the shin. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can extend the left leg along the floor, as long as your hips are both pressing down. Now we're going to flex the foot and then point. So one breath with each movement. Flex and point. So flexing, pulling the toes towards the shin, and then pointing, extending through the foot. Rebend the left knee if you've got it bent, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee. Flex your right ankle, protect your knee, and then you can take your hands to your left shin or the back of your thigh, pulling the knees in towards the chest. Press the right knee open. We want to try and get it in line with your right ankle. Just feel a nice glute stretch here. And then switching legs, extending your left leg up towards the ceiling this time, and if you like, extend your right leg. And now begin to flex your left foot and then point. Flex the foot and point. As we do our hamstring stretch, always press the hips down. So we want the hips grounding down, but the leg reaching long. And always hold anywhere behind the thigh that's most comfortable for you. Or if you prefer, you can use a towel or a strap to help you stretch. And then cross the left ankle over your right knee. Pulling the knees in towards the chest. And then again, ground the hips down, pressing the left knee open. deep breaths. The more we breathe when we stretch, the deeper you'll find you can go into a stretch, or the more we can release tension, should I say. Slowly release. Hook both knees in towards the chest and roll in. Oh no, not yet. Taking the arms off to a T, and then slowly take your knees off to the right. Nice spine stretch and lower back stretch. If it's okay on your neck, you can take your eye gaze over to the left. If not, just keep your eye gaze up towards the ceiling. Again, with every exhale, just try and relax the knees down. Just try and relax the arms into the mat. Inhale, bringing the knees back to centre, and then exhale, take them off to the left side this time. Eye gaze to the right if it's okay on your neck. And breathe nice and deep. Feeling relaxation as you exhale. Inhale the knees back to centre. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, then roll off to your right side and come up to sitting. If you like, you can use a block or something to sit on just to lengthen the spine more. Soles of the feet together. Open the soles of the feet with your hands like a book. Inhale to lengthen. If you can feel a stretch in the hips here, stay here, or you can take the chest forwards. So we want to lift the chest forwards rather than rounding the back. So keeping the spine nice and long in the stretch. Inhale to bring it up. Now we're going to round the back down, so crown of the head reaching down towards the feet this time. Feel a bigger stretch in towards the upper back. And then coming up nice and slow. Sit anywhere that's comfortable for you. Inhale your right arm up, or your left arm, doesn't matter, we're doing both sides. And then exhale to C-shape the spine. If your shoulders and your chest is curling forwards, then just keep your arm up towards the ceiling rather than taking it over the head. And then switching sides. Breathing into the stretch. Inhale to come back up. Interlace the fingers, round the back, and really open through the shoulder blades. It's okay in your neck, you can bring your chin to chest and release. Palms up towards the ceiling and lift the chest high. And release. Let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale up and exhale down as we float the arms. Inhale up and exhale down. Thank you for joining me for class today, and hope you've enjoyed it. And if anyone's got any requests for more videos, then let me know. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.